This is Bharat FM.
बजेगा भारत, झूमेगा भारत.
ये है भारत FM.
बजेगा भारत, झूमेगा भारत.
Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, welcome and adab. You are listening to Bharat FM, a one-of-its-kind, multilingual, eclectic provider of entertainment, information and news to Indian Americans. Headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio, Bharat FM airs shows out of Cincinnati, Chicago and Phoenix. We take pleasure in our ability to cater to your bhakti, chusti, sfurti, shakti and masti needs with our audio and visual shows. Check out bharatfm.com for our online program schedule and archives. I'm sure the content will definitely tickle your senses. Tune in via the 24-hour web streaming on bharatfm.com or via the Bharat FM app. More information can be procured at 513-488-5070.
Hello, everybody. Namaskaram. Good evening. Good day. To all the listeners and viewers of Storytellers Cafe on Bharat FM, welcome. Happy Navaratri. Shubh Navaratri. Today is the 7th day of Navaratri, and we've been watching Antarmayi, a specially curated story on Devi Mahatmayam by the three wonderful artists, Sujatha Ramanathan, you have Rakshita Raghunathan, and Ragini Iyer from Mumbai, Bangalore, and Coimbatore. So you've been watching all the 6 days as the story unfolded. And every day, I'm sure we all went in an inner quest to find the goddess within. So, like always, let me give you a brief recap. Let's travel to ancient India. Let's travel back in time to Satya Yuga. Like I said, where righteousness stood on all 4 legs, where you could meet gods as well as demons. Everybody coexisted. But trouble was brewing on earth. And Devi Mahatmayam tells us the story of the slaying of various demons by the goddess during a great battle over a period of 9 nights, hence the name Navaratri. Esoterically speaking, our learned gurus and acharyas tell us that this killing of the demons has a deeper significance. And Devi Mahatmayam is from the Markandeya Puranas. Okay, the story in the 3rd chapter begins with Shumba and Nishumba. That was in the 5th chapter of Devi Mahatmayam. Now, Shumba and Nishumba wanted to possess Devi. So the 2 asuras defeated all the gods and drove them out of heaven. The gods prayed to Devi for help. Devi appeared as Parvati, and out of Parvati's physical sheath, Kosha, emerged the form of Devi Ambika. We saw that. Because she came out of Kosha, she was called Kaushiki. Now, Kaushiki was very beautiful. She was so beautiful that she mesmerized Chanda and Munda, the 2 chieftains of Shumba and Nishumba, and they felt that this celestial beauty should belong to the 2 demons. So Shumba and Nishumba sent a messenger to the goddess and asked her to marry the 2 demons. Of course, the goddess was furious and she said, "Ha! I'm not going to marry anybody. I will marry the one who can defeat me in battle. If Shumba or Nishumba, either of them wishes to marry me, he shall have to meet me in the battlefield. So there was a face-off. But hearing this reply, the two demons sent Dhumralochana, one of their chief army general. They sent Dhumralochana to capture the goddess. But he was defeated. He was slain in the battle that raged for a long time. It was then decided that the demonic brothers would send Chanda and Munda. Now, Chanda and Munda also fought with the goddess, but they too were slain. And the goddess completely put them to death, and she got the epithet Chamundi from Chanda and Munda. And this Devi was black in color. She had the powers generated by various gods. And then let's see what the story unfolds for us today. Devi Mahatmayam is from the Markandeya Puranas. It's one of the ancient stories, a timeless tale, which is very relevant to us today because the story is all about finding the inner goddess and beautifully put together by the team Antarmayi. And I have with us in the studios Sujatha Ramanathan. Let me get her onto the screen. Hi Sujatha, welcome to day 7.
Hi, Usha. So all
So,
saris are coming out, is it?
yes, it's been a pleasure for me to, air my saris and the different colors. And today is the color blue, isn't it?
Yes.
So I see you resplendent, beautiful,
Like
just like the Devi,
my mother just reminded me it's probably a 20-year-old sari that I'm wearing. But I'm so glad I pulled it out to wear it today.
Lovely. You're looking gorgeous. And welcome to Storytellers Cafe, Sujatha. We've been really enjoying Devi Mahatmayam story as it unfolds by bits and pieces so that it whets the appetite of the listener. So we saw yesterday Chanda and Munda being defeated by the goddess.
Yes.
And what do we have in store for us today?
Why don't I turn on the video? Let's watch the video as the story will speak for itself. And why don't we speak after we've seen it? Is that
Sure.
okay? Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let me share my screen.
Army had gathered under Rakshita. Multiple Shaktis were created from different devatas. Brahmani, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Aindri, Varagi, and such. From the body of Devi issued forth the Shakti Chandika, most terrific, exceedingly fierce, and yelling like 100 jackals. She was called Shivaduti. Every time Raktabija's blood is spilled, each drop gave rise to many more deadly clones. Just as the Devi's attack on Raktabija seems futile, Kali drinks his blood, enabling Shivaduti to annihilate him. And the Devis celebrate the fall of Raktabija. ga pa da sa ni da pa da sa ga sa ni da pa da sa ni ga pa da sa ga ni sa ni da ri sa ni da pa da pa ma ga ri Durga Devi Charanam Durga Devi Charanam Ninpadam Panindom Arul Perave Durga Devi Charanam Raktabija represents the seeds of desire as it is in our day-to-day lives. In continuation to finding the inner goddess, desire is an aspect we need to stay in control of.
Oh, Sujatha, that was a soulful singing in Bilahari Ragam. I was reminded of Ravenu Gopapala Rajita Sakuna. Oh my God, I'm singing this after, I don't know, I think 50 odd years. Beautiful. I love that ragam. It took me back to my childhood days. So, tell us about what a beautiful segment we saw today about Rakta Bija. So,
So,
can you? Yes, go
let,
ahead.
let me let's speak a little bit now that we've seen it. Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed putting this music element together. Bilahari being such a joyful ragam, and it brings out the aspect very well that even the goddesses are very pleased, and they are all enjoying the fact that Raktabija has been killed. So, if you look at it, the various demons that we've seen through these days, today being day 7, we initially saw Madhu and Kaitava, and then we saw Mahishasura, Dhumralochana, and then today Raktabija. So each of them represent an aspect of a certain evil. So Kama, Krodha, Lobha, they're all aspects. And today's Raktabija is Vikshepa, more towards desire. Both Mahishasura and Raktabija, if you see, took different forms. Raktabija, even with one drop of blood, right? He could create into many other forms. So that's, and similarly did Mahishasura. He also transformed from various animals, from an elephant to a buffalo and a man, and then a buffalo again. So all these just tell us how the aspect of desire or distraction. Desire is also a distraction, right? Um, does not allow us somehow to then move about or to look inward. We just go into the routine of fulfilling our desires from the time we are children, and then we grow up, and then you've achieved something, and then there's another goal. So there's nothing wrong about having goals and achieving, but at the end, that's why we say that we have to be in control of. So this whole aspect of desire just multiplies, and our entire energies goes towards this, the pure fulfillment of desires. So these are these aspects that we say that there are inner evils. So the demons are within us, and the Devi is within us. So we try to remove these demons one by one, and then go deeper and find the inner goddess. So this is one of the this kind of establishes the representation of these demons as well, so beautifully in our Puranas, right? Unless we introspect and look at it, it's difficult for everybody to kind of absorb and understand. So when we looked at this segment, we realized that how this demon is multiplying so much, and it's so true in our lives, right? We get something, and then wants just add up, and we just go on fulfilling them, and then you remain in control, and then you find a certain peace. So that's the element, and we really enjoyed making this piece together. And it's as the story unfolds tomorrow and the day after, when we conclude, I think we'll have a sense of the whole Purana coming together so beautifully in a very meaningful way, right? So that we take away something from this.
Absolutely. Very, very well said. Very well explained, Sujatha. It is still, I'm still grasping at the story, the essence I get, the story of Devi Mahatmayam. Just 2 days back, I was part of the reading of Devi Mahatmayam. A dear friend had this reading at home. But unless you're a Sanskrit scholar and you understand every word, you don't understand the text, right? But now getting a little insight into the story. I may not understand the text verbatim. I don't know, I can't. But I at least now appreciate the story. So, and that's the beauty, right? When you tell stories and here you're extracting the essence. That is what we've been doing in the past 7 days, decocting the lore, like decoction, extracting the essence little by little and savoring the story. I have been doing that, and it's so beautiful. And I look forward um, to knowing what we have in store tomorrow. And to
Yes.
all the listeners and viewers, please do mark your calendar on the day 15th, which is the ninth day, as well as Dashami, Navami and Dashami. Please stay tuned for almost, I would say, an hour long of the Storytellers Cafe with the team Antarmayi. And we have a wonderful guest also who will be gracing us on that day. And we will show you the full clipping of Devi Mahatmya. So you can sit back and see the full story unfold, and we will engage in conversations and expressions with the team. So mark it in your calendars, friends. And Sujata, anything else that you would like to add?
It's been just so wonderful each time we go back, and now when we are looking at it, sitting back and looking at things, I think it's extremely gratifying, satisfying, and we are just overwhelmed, completely overwhelmed. When we were in the space of putting this together and early morning conversations, we would start our choreography conversations at early hours at about 5:30 and 5:45, and then through the day, based on everybody's schedule, look at how we can piece each of that together. But all that is coming to us also visually now as a treat, and it's extremely gratifying. And we are so
Yeah,
glad, Usha, that every day you are, giving us a recap, reminding us of what happened the previous day, and it's such a lovely flow for anybody who picks up, isn't it?
absolutely. And I would say, everyone out there, raise your hands and give them an applause, because I think to put this together, to stitch it together, to work long distances. See, I can understand. Um, Definitely, the pandemic has brought us closer. The world has shrunk in size because you can reach out. But to put a dance piece, stitch it, the transitions, the music, the special effects, in just a 3-minute clipping of telling a story which lasted for years and years, is commendable. And you will get to see the full story of Antarmayi day after tomorrow on the 15th, on the day of Vijayadashmi. So Please take time out to watch this, get your family together. And even if you happen to miss it, it's going to be in our archives. You can go to Bharat FM, TV, the media, and you could go to YouTube and see the link and watch it at leisure. And it's going to stay there forever. So, whenever you feel like, because a one time viewing is not enough, it's very difficult to assimilate. I'm still assimilating. I'm being very honest with you. It's not an easy. I know the Ramayana, I know Mahabharata somewhat, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, or what would you say, something. But Devi Mahatmayam, because I'm not familiar, maybe I'm not familiar. And many people who have written to me or texted me have told me that how happy they are pleased with this story of Devi Mahatmayam and learning the story, getting to know the story. And for that, Sujatha, I thank your team, Ragini as well as Rakshita, for coming up with this wonderful idea, and Bharat FM for giving us the space to showcase it on Storytellers Cafe for all 9 days through. So, thank you, everybody, guys. Stay tuned. Watch us tomorrow, same time, same place on Storytellers Cafe. Thank you, Sujatha.
This is Bharat FM.
बजेगा भारत झूमेगा भारत.
ये है भारत FM.
बजेगा भारत झूमेगा भारत.